Hey listeners, welcome back to the EWF podcast. Just want to let you know that this week we had a slight issue in recording and we lost a chunk of audio, around 20 minutes. So we'll be a little note there and let you know what's going on. Thanks. What's up, everyone? Holy shit. Dayton is overflowing.
What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do?
Not be a coward?
We should get some paper.
I got it.
We should probably restart.
We can't restart.
The cans are open.
Vamp while you paper towels.
The beer is out of the can, the proverbial can.
Quickly
or
down
bottle.
your drinks and open another one.
Man,
you lost like half
I
that
lost
beer.
a lot of beer on that
Okay,
one.
not half, but at least a quarter.
Man, and I got beer in my moccasins.
Dude, not the mock.
Thanks.
All right, well that's an interesting
Did you
start.
shake it up before you opened it?
No, I
Did you put it in the dryer for...
I don't know, bottles can be volatile, man. I've had a few where you're just sitting around and you open it and just it's a complete headstorm coming out the top of there.
All right, well,
That happened.
Okay, well,
I
have
sitting beer on my jeans.
It looked like Dayton pissed his pants.
that was a very exciting intro to the show. Welcome
Wow.
to the Engineers Without Filters podcast. We're on episode 8 now.
Yes, so Dayton,
Wow.
what are you drinking?
Not much anymore.
Yeah.
His pants.
I'm your host, Jacob Thompson, and I'm drinking a nice KBC Pickaxe Blonde.
I'm Joseph, the Grand Champ, and I'm drinking a Pabst Blue Ribbon Classic.
And I intend to start drinking a Brooklyn Defender IPA, which is a gift from my sister for my birthday. So
I'm Gabe Tillman, and I am also drinking KBC Brew. This time, the Point Trail Ale. A little bit of the proceeds go to the Copper Trails up here.
Mm-hmm.
So
not the Copper Trails, the mountain biking trails.
No, but
That's
that's
what-
Copper Trails.
Yeah.
Right there.
Why?
Copper Harbor Trail Club.
Yeah, not the Copper Trails. Though.
Whatever.
There's actually a big difference.
Some say,
Yeah. How to piss off a mountain biker.
some say the Point Trail Ale is their best brew.
Most
It's my
say.
favorite right now.
It's
It's
pretty good.
Pretty good.
All right, well, we're back. We came back from Thanksgiving break, so we got to dust the rust off a little bit. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at EWF Podcast. We post every week with some crazy picture and a caption. Last week was Joseph in a black morph suit. Pretty funny.
I mean, I've got a picture
Classic
of him
Halloween
overflowing his beer, so.
Well, we know what this week's going to be.
Maybe you guys will see that. We'll see.
All right, well, topic 1 this week, I want to talk about siblings. All right? Now, all of us have siblings. Gabe and I both have a younger brother or two.
We are the oldest.
We're the oldest, and Dayton and Joseph are both the youngest of 2 sisters. Like, there's 3 total.
Well, I have 3 sisters.
Oh, you have 3 sisters?
Yes.
Okay, Joseph's 3
But
sisters.
youngest of sisters.
Youngest of sisters. Dayton's also youngest of sisters. So mostly just curious on the mindset each of you guys have towards your siblings, because I know, I mean, obviously, psychologically, there's a big difference between being an older sibling and the youngest sibling. So I'm going to go to Joseph first.
Let's
First
go
of all-
to you first, Jacob.
Want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go
you
first.
You never go first.
Because I'm the
Yeah.
host. I gotta manage the show.
Yeah.
You can manage after going first.
All right, I'll go first. So I have a younger brother. He is in his first year of college right now. He's 19. And oh wait, is he 19 already?
You don't even know your brother's age.
No. Yes.
Does he listen?
No.
Okay.
Crap. His birthday is December 14th, which hasn't happened yet.
No, it has not.
So I think he is 19 and he's turning.
How many years
20,
behind is you? It's quick
2.5.
math.
Well, is he a first year?
Yeah.
So he's probably 18.
Okay, yeah.
turning 19.
Well, because I got
Gotta
messed
be
up.
18.
I got messed up because he was born in 1999. So whatever year it is, it was 2019. He's 19. So
Yeah.
it's 2018, so he's 18. But I forgot. I thought it was 2019 already because I'm already living in the future. All right.
All right.
So he's 18.
We're living in 2018 and he's living in 2019.
He turns 19 in a few weeks. Happy early birthday, Sam. But yeah. So like I said, I'm about roughly 3 years older than him. I am in school wise anyway. And it's weird being an older brother. I've been thinking about it a lot recently, and the biggest thing to think about is that just by inherently being older, your younger brother looks up to you, kind of no matter what.
Absolutely.
And they always, what I found at least with my brother is they sometimes assume that things are just always going good. you know, or they assume that kind of you have it all together.
Right.
Which, as we know, we do not. But just one instance specifically I remember was I was home from college. I think it was after first year, and I was driving him home from school, and I was talking about how some of my friends I didn't think were treating me very well. I was kind of having a rough time with my friends, and I've been friends with these guys for a long time. And he goes to me, "Wait, your friends? You guys don't get along all the time?" I'm like, "No, dude, we're guys. Like, you never get along all the time. Like, we're all kind of assholes." He's like, "I always assumed you had like the perfect friend group because you guys have always been together and everything's perfect all the time." I'm like, "Nah, dude, that's not how it is." So I think it's interesting when you look up to somebody, you kind of, it's kind of like rose-colored glasses, you know, you assume everything's going perfect. So being that role model has been kind of stressful at times, to be honest. Trying to always be the good person, the best person, and not kind of mess up. Or I'm also really giving like bad advice, you know.
Yeah.
I'm worried about like telling him the wrong thing, or you know.
We have completely opposite views on that. We'll wait till we get to that part.
Yeah.
For me.
No, it's been difficult for me just trying to manage that and trying to be kind of the role model and give good advice, but also it's like I don't know what I'm doing, you know.
Yeah.
So also being kind of relatable, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of pressure. It's kind of like being a parent, but not. Because at least when we were living together, I felt a lot of responsibility for him. Now it's, you know, different because we don't live together anymore. But yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents on the issue for now. But Gabe, you have a younger brother and a stepbrother.
I have 2 younger brothers. They're both 19, so
Yeah,
they're 3 grades behind me. So yeah, it definitely like my philosophy is a lot different. Like my brother, I feel like the more I think about it, does like look up to me, but I don't really like see that as like a thing of pressure, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just more of like, if he wants my advice, I'm more than happy to give it to him, because like obviously I've made mistakes in my life, I've made bad decisions, and like I can learn from them, so I can tell him about them. But like if he wants to listen to him, that's fine. If he doesn't, like who cares?
Yeah.
But yeah, he definitely, so like my biological brother is basically doing the same major I'm doing, just at a different college. So Dayton is reaching under the table, still cleaning up the beer.
Everywhere.
He's trying to take care of this household.
Trying to do a podcast.
Gabe's trying to have a serious conversation. You're just like sticking your ass out cleaning this shit up.
Yeah, well, maybe someone wants to see that.
The cleanest this house has been in a while.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gabe, you were saying.
Yeah, so I don't know, like I definitely feel like he does look up to me, and I feel like I share my interests with a lot of people. I feel like there's a lot of things that I really enjoy, and I love getting other people into it, because that means I can dive into it more with people.
Yeah.
Like I showed most of you guys like disc golf, and like now I have a group of friends who go disc golfing. I showed you guys Pokemon Go, and now we don't play anymore, but like when it's nice out, we would all go play. Like,
yeah. I
love doing that type of thing. Like, I really like that type of relationship, because I like to share things I enjoy.
Yeah. Do you feel like you can do it with your brother?
Do I do what?
Do you feel like you can share your interests with your brother? Like, you have similar interests?
So like the big hobby that my biological brother has is video games. Like, he's super big into video games, and like, I obviously play a decent amount as well, but that's like his main thing.
Yeah.
Anything outside of that, we don't really share a ton of common interest in. But like basically whenever we go back for like family or Thanksgiving or whatever, that's all like we have in common ground at this point to like talk about.
Yeah.
Is that, I mean, definitely I noticed, because they're both freshmen in college now, that it got a lot more relatable to talk to them now that they've experienced like a little bit of college and like know what it's like.
Yeah.
Because I would like come back and be like, tell them a few things, and like they just couldn't wrap their head around it. Now they're coming back like, man, some professors suck. Yeah, they do.
Some professors don't have to care.
Yeah, yeah. So that part's definitely. I feel like the relationships changed a lot since we were younger.
Mm-hmm.
Because like the stereotypical like older brother, right, like picks on their brother and like manipulates them, and you know I did a little bit of that. Well, let's be honest,
a little
bit. Sometimes. Jake from hometown is way worse. He still treats his brother like shit.
Really?
Oh yeah, he's like.
That's something that we never did. We never really. Maybe when we were really young, we would like kind of like wrestle and like pick on each other, but like we never really did that. Like as kind of we both got older, we kind of grew apart a little bit because I had my group of friends from high school. I would just hang out with them,
Right.
and he has his group.
Yeah, like my brother and I, without sounding mean, his social skills are a lot like less than mine,
and he's younger too,
and he's younger, so like I never really hung out with my friends around him or like went out to hang out with him, but like I don't like completely hate it when I'm around him or anything. Like we get along.
Yeah.
But I definitely think like the relationship is changing as we get older. It's like we're all starting to become adults.
Yeah.
So I think the conversations are becoming more tame. Like, when you're younger, you like fight and shit.
Yeah. Well, because that's
you know what I mean though?
Yeah.
Like you get in like these like arguments and like you start throwing fists and shit, and now it's like, all right, talk about college.
Yeah, because like talking about the interest thing is interesting because me and my brother don't really have a lot of common interests because he's he plays baseball and he's really into sports and stuff like that, and I'm more just video games and movies and stuff. And he plays a little bit of video games, but we don't really talk about it that much.
Right.
It's a little bit easier now that he's in college. We can talk about that a little bit. And he's kind of having a similar experience that I had when I was a freshman, so that's good. But yeah, like the past few years, we haven't really talked that much because there isn't much to talk about. So
I mean, like I said before, he doesn't have like a wide range of social skills, so we don't really talk a lot outside of like physically being next to each other.
Yeah.
Like we just talk when like we're in the same room or something, but without that common interest, I feel like we wouldn't really have anything to talk about. Like there'd be literally nothing for us to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess in the short aside, for like my stepbrother, we don't like his interests change by the week. Like he always like has a different thing that he's going after, and sometimes like like I said, I would like show something that I'm enjoying, and then he'll like jump on, but then he'll jump to something else.
Yeah.
So it's not like I get super close with him or whatever.
Yeah.
But again, like, I don't mind giving him advice because I think sometimes, I mean, advice, no matter what, like even if it's like bad, it's still coming from a perspective that's different.
It's your experience.
Right. It's still my experience. So like, I can give them like, hey, when you look for a house, do this, or if you're going to college, make sure you do this because this really helped me or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's like the biggest thing I can give them at this point. I'm not like the perfect person. I don't have any like major life, like secrets to life,
Yeah.
So not a top 10 list of how to live your life.
Honestly, we don't know, and we're still
exactly. And I feel like
graduated college yet.
I feel like they kind of understand that though. Like they're not like so blindly like looking up to me, but they definitely
well, they might be though. You don't know that.
Yeah, that's true. But my brother definitely does with like the school, like he's doing the same thing as I am because like I like talk about it a little bit, or, like it sounds interesting to him.
Yeah.
I brought him into computer, like how to build computers and stuff.
Yeah. I guess the last thing I'll say on my point is like, even though we don't really talk that much, I do care about him, and I hope, I think about him, and I hope he does well. I want him to succeed.
Yeah, obviously.
And like, I don't usually say it. That's probably enough. I was talking to my counselor about it like a few weeks ago, and it's like, I really do care about him and that he's happy is the biggest thing, and he's doing okay, like mentally and everything.
Do you feel like, I mean, we can bring you guys in this because you're youngest. I feel like, I mean, again, I'm pretty biased because like a lot of my close high school friends were also the oldest, and I just felt like in comparison to the younger ones, we not had to be more responsible, but like I had a lot more responsibilities given to me from my parents.
Oh yeah,
and like had to do a lot more things to like.
You're the trial run. I mean, you're the first kids.
You're the guinea pig.
Yeah, pretty much. But like, I mean, like I don't know. It just felt like, I mean, you always like watch them when they're gone or whatever. Like that type of stuff just like builds up to like being a more responsible person. Yeah, I guess. So I feel like I have like the things I needed to get done are like my itinerary, I guess, like more in line than like my other brothers. Like it's not something they had to worry about so much, I guess.
Yeah.
I was never hounded about having to do homework or anything. They just got it done. Yeah. But they always had to, like even through high school. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We can talk more about that, but I want to get to the youngie boys over here.
Now that Dane's completely
the two that are older than both of you, also calling us the youngie boys.
Yeah, you got to realize my parents aren't even 50 yet.
Wow, that's weird.
Yeah, that's pretty
I think they were 22 when they had
Yeah, that's pretty
23.
young. Imagine,
So that's like me having a kid in a year. Like, that's fucking terrifying.
yeah.
So it might be different because you guys both have older sisters.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
did you guys identify with anything we were saying as far as like how our younger siblings act at all?
I feel like Dayton's kind
Other
of
than you guys saying that you manipulated your younger siblings, I agree with that. I was definitely manipulated as a child.
I can see the PTSD in your eyes.
They might be actually listening and they're nodding their heads with me. Like, they were bullies to me. There's one of my favorite stories of it is one of my sisters drove me. Like, she took me to do this, right?
How old were you?
I don't know. I was young enough to realize what was going on, but not old enough to stop it. I was just hanging out with my sister, I think, and she drove us to the farm. Like, probably, I think my other sister, too. So, one of the older sisters drove my younger sister, well, the youngest sister and I, to the farm to do something. I don't remember what. And there's no one else there. So my sister hatches this plan, right? So she gets a shipping form, like to send like a package, like to through FedEx. Yeah, I probably told you guys this before because this is my favorite story.
It's a good story.
But what she does is she takes it, she looks at me, and she fills it out as if she's gonna ship me, right? And the location is as far away as possible. The price is 1 cent. The item description is smelly, farts a lot, and bullies his sisters. And then there's something else. I don't remember what the other thing was. There's something else on there, like, I don't remember. But the kicker is, my dad still has that hanging in his office. He kept it. He thought it was funny and kept it.
Maybe he was hoping she'd go through it.
So yeah, my sisters, I mean, it was bullying with love. Like, they're very kind and like...
I guess in a more...
Now they are.
Well, yeah.
In like more of a serious sense, do you feel like it's affected you as a person? Like in some like major way, I guess?
The bullying?
No! Not just the bullying. I'm just saying like being the youngest, like having... Not the lowest rank, but I don't know. It just seems like I feel like I've changed. I would be a different person if I was like the youngest kid.
I would say what's weird for me is just thinking about, because like how old I was when my sisters were in college. So one of my sisters graduated high school when I was in 5th grade. And so me going back to 5th grade and thinking what my sister was like then.
And here's where we lost audio. So here Joseph basically talking about how when he was a kid, around 5th grade, his sisters graduated high school. And then when he graduated high school, he was thinking, oh wow, how mature I am now is kind of how mature my sisters were then. And it's weird because thinking about when you're a younger kid, how mature you think your older siblings are. But when you actually get there, you're like, oh, nobody really knows anything. So anyway, here's back with Joseph.
My sisters are 8 and 9 years older than me. So they were like adults to me.
Yeah.
Like, to me,
that's a pretty big gap.
It's a huge gap. And then my other sister's only like a little over a year older than me. So like, there's like these two like groups of kids, right?
Right.
And so like, it was just weird because like my earliest memory of them is like they were in middle school. Wow. And so like that seemed like so like they were the big middle schoolers when I could remember, and then I was in middle school and thinking like
phrase.
No, I know, but like to me like 3-year-old me when I'm starting making memories, like middle school is like a middle schooler to a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
Like that's
an adult. I think they can actually like babysit you at that age.
They did, yeah.
Like I mean, they could go to like other people's houses.
Oh yeah,
and babysit for them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's so like. Just like me constantly thinking about like, oh, they're like these adults, like they're the big kids or whatever, and then like I get to whatever stage they were and I think about how old I was and it's like, oh shit, they're still idiots then too.
I think everyone's gonna keep on having that realization.
Yeah.
That we're all idiots, no matter what our age.
Yeah, I've slowly realized that just everyone's an idiot at this point, but like,
my fucking humor is never gonna change.
well, yeah, but I don't know. That was always interesting.
Do you feel like you've been judged compared to your sisters then? Like, I mean, like from your parents or like from your family, like
Because they
in
set the
comparison.
standard.
Right? Like, because I feel like I'm setting like this is what you're not supposed to do, but it's like what I'm gonna do, and I sometimes I feel like they compare that with my brother. Like even like the first year in college, like the way they talk about it is very interesting.
I know my oldest two sisters struggled in high school. They did great in college. Like they're like, okay, this is serious. I need to step down or step up and like, you know, really go for it.
Step down.
No, step up and like really go for it. But in high school, like the two oldest, they just weren't good students, you know, for one reason or another. Different reasons for both of them, but not the point. And so like in high school, I just was like, I'm being told, like, because I have these older siblings that all that's happened to me is I've been bossed around.
Right.
I had 3 or 4 moms pretty much growing up, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, just constant, like, people telling me what to do. So, like, oh, this adult is telling me what to do, I'm gonna do it. Like, you know, so school is super easy for me, at least in high school and, like, middle school. It's like, okay, I'm being told to do this work, I'm gonna do this work.
Right.
And so, like, for that reason, I was compared very differently where, like, my sisters didn't do as well in high school, and then my older sister and I, we were both bossed around.
Yeah.
You know, so we both did really well in high school, and, you know, we're doing great in college. Well, she graduated too, but that's the point. Like, we did well in college, so it's like, I don't know, just like, I feel like we set our own standards almost.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not that they set the bar low, but like,
But like they
they almost inadvertently did, and then we set our own bar high.
Right.
So like for that reason, it's like very different.
Right. Yeah, because I definitely feel like I wonder if my brother. It's like that classic scene in like high school where like some teachers would be like, "Oh, are you related to Gabe?" Because like, you know, like it's a smallerish town, so like it's the last episode. So like last names are like carried weight.
Yeah.
So like I feel like that. Like I don't know. I feel like there was like not a bar that I had to set, but there is a bar that I have set, and I feel like sometimes my parents like compare.
Oh, my parents definitely did, and I feel like unfairly did.
Really?
Like honestly, yeah, because like I've always been pretty self-sufficient. Like you were saying, like I just like got home, got my shit done, I had free time, you know.
Yeah.
My brother would usually wait till pretty late at night to do his homework, and he'd often need a lot of encouragement to kind of get him motivated. And it's not a lack of him being like smart. Like he's as smart, not way smarter than I am, but he just didn't get his stuff done in a timely fashion. Right. And my mom, like, I would come home from college and my mom would be like, can you talk to your brother and, like, try to give him some tips on, like, homework? I'm like, just let him do his own thing, you know? Like, you don't judge him based on what I did. We're different people.
Exactly.
And I feel like,
honestly.
Like, it's, because that's one thing, right? You have to let somebody make their own mistakes and learn from those.
Right.
And I just felt my parents really unfairly judged him based on what I did.
Right.
So whenever I talk to him, I try not to do that. I try to let him make his own path, but.
Right.
Daniel, what about you? What was your experience like with your
extra
sisters?
quiet after the spill?
Flashbacks, man.
The spill of 2K18.
The freaking volcano erupting. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, one of my sisters, she's 5 years older than me, and then the other one's like a year and a half older than me. But 2 years older in school. So, I mean, I guess with Joseph's case, like, I mean, like, both of my sisters were, you know, right around like the same age, whereas he had like the older siblings. But I was always pretty different from my sisters, I think. And I mean, I still am very different.
I definitely am.
Visited or met your sister once, but you seem like the black sheep. I mean that in like the nicest way possible. Like you just are. Like you're different in a lot of ways.
I definitely am. I mean,
I'm very different from my sisters too. Like, I mean, we definitely have our similarities, but like, my sisters went into business, and like one's a school teacher, and I had 2 of them went into business, and one's a school teacher, and then there's me, an electrical engineer, you know, going up school in bumfuck nowhere, you know, It's kind of, I don't know, different, but continue.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, I don't know what I was really gonna say, but when you were talking about like looking up to like or like you feel like your brothers look up to you.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I'm not really sure if I ever really looked up to them, but I always was like, oh wow, like my sisters are doing like pretty well in school, like especially like the oldest one, right? Because I mean, I feel like I was just more cognizant of like how she was doing in school. Like, but the other one, I was just like, I don't know, like whatever. Because like I was in high school with her at the same time, so I was like, I don't really give a shit, like
Yeah.
But like with the other one, I was like, oh, I wanna do better than she did. Because like I'm a very competitive person. Like, all you guys know that, and so I wanted to like beat her in that aspect. But I feel like I spent a lot less time on school than they did as well, because I was always playing sports.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And neither of them really did sports in high school. I mean, like they did like track and field, but it was more of just like a social thing and to get some exercise, whereas I was pretty much playing soccer competitively for year-round 4 years.
Almost like that dumb shit cross country.
Hey.
Playing cross country.
I liked cross country. It was fun.
I don't think anybody likes cross country. I mean,
Okay, so one of my teammates said it best. Cross country is the opposite of any other sport. Where in any other sport, you hate practice. Like practice, like you don't hate it, it sucks. Practice is not a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
The competitions, when you get into a game, that energy, you love it. Cross country is the exact opposite. The practices, you're just running with your friends, bullshitting, making fun of your coach and like other people. Like you're just bullshitting with everyone. That's all you're doing. Dude. Then you get to a practice and you're like, "Fuck, I have to be serious now." Like I have to like try.
You don't have to be serious.
You don't. Okay,
you're on JV.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'll tell you this, Dave. When you're on varsity, you gotta be serious.
People are assholes.
Painful.
Sometimes that sucks. There's a lot of politics in varsity.
I mean, dude. Yeah, I know, because like I played varsity soccer all 4 years, so like I was very aware of that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, Joe's totally right. Like I hated races because they hurt so bad.
Because
you feel good afterwards, but like man,
you're just putting your body to the limit for 20 to 30 minutes. Or like anywhere around that.
20 minutes? Come on.
Okay.
Maybe for a
JV.
20.
Yeah,
maybe for a JV.
Okay, yeah, I was not a good runner. I'll admit that. I sucked. I was actual garbage at it. I had fun. I enjoyed it. I liked all my friends. I still talk to my friends from cross country. But man, I hated it. One year my mom's like, "Why do you keep signing up for this?" I'm like,
dude,
people are cool.
It's Stockholm syndrome. Like literally, we'd be in practice. People are like, "Why do you do cross country?" We're like, I don't know. What else do we do? We're not good at any other sport. We can run.
Funny story. Bryce isn't listening. But he signed up. So I was a senior and he was a freshman in high school. And we did soccer tryouts. And I'd take him. Because like, I would say he'd drive to the point. So I'd like drive him to summer practice and like whatever. Mm-hmm. And then tryouts came and he got cut. And like I was a senior. So like I made the team or whatever. And he signed up for cross country and like never looked back. And he says the same like story, right? Just like he doesn't like the races, but he loves like he just trail in the back and bullshit with his friends at practice.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah,
it's so nice.
And like everyone knows, like everyone has that mentality. So it's like you make the practices way more fun,
right?
Because you're running.
And I guess if you're looking at like time, like you're spending more time in practice than you're in games. So, there's sometimes where I feel like soccer practice is a lot of fun though.
I mean, I usually enjoyed soccer practice.
There were some times you're like, oh shit, coach is pissed, and you're like on the line all the time. Like, okay, that sucks. But
I mean, yeah, we definitely had like we call them like our workout days where we do like circuits and like just like bullshit.
Not fun.
Yeah, the worst I did was a ladder, but that's not the point. But anyway.
Oh, I totally started that. I apologize.
It's all good. I'm curious, like Dayton and Joseph, how often do you guys talk to your sisters?
I really only talk to them in person.
Yeah.
When I'm like up here, I really never talk to them. I'm like just doing my own thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then even in person, like I don't really talk to them that much. Like at Thanksgiving, like sure I talk to them like a little bit, but.
Do you wish that relationship was better, or do you not really care that much?
I mean, I guess I don't know what I'm missing out on.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty complacent with how it is right now. And I mean, I think it would take a lot of work on both of our ends to
get that.
get it to that.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of people, or not a lot. There's just people who like have their siblings and they absolutely love them and like they're talking all the time and like a best friend.
Oh yeah.
And like that's just never been my relationship with my brother. We're just different enough people to where like it just doesn't work, I guess.
No, yeah, like one of my good friends, Chris, and his brother are best friends.
Yeah.
They like love hanging out. They have all the same interests. They bullshit.
I mean,
talk every day.
Jake being an asshole to his brother. Like they're pretty close to being like they're really close friends because like Jake showed him all of his interests and Ethan's like, okay, I like these things. And like they just like they love the same type of music, same sports, like all that stuff is the same. It's like they get along.
And play the same video games.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
well, that's what's weird is like because you see that right, and you're like, well, should me and my siblings be like that?
Yeah,
but that's not how it is for everyone.
I feel like it's not that important to me. It's like I don't know. I feel like everyone's their own person. So like if he doesn't have the same interests as me, like yeah, like I wish I could talk to more things about him, but like whatever. He's gonna like his own shit. I like my own shit. Live our own lives.
I would say the most I talk to my sisters when I'm up here is when I'm on my sister's Netflix and she wants to watch. Cause she'll text me and be like, bitch, get off. And I'm like, you're paying for it? Yeah, all you. And it's like, yeah, that's honestly the most that I text my sisters. Like, yeah, there's like stuff like for my mom's or parents' birthdays, like if we want to coordinate a gift or something.
Right.
You know, like there's that like kind of discussion, but
I was curious with you, Joseph. Like, do you think you've become any closer now that your sisters have had kids? Now that you're an uncle? Has that changed?
I think he just loves his nephews.
I just love my nephews.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Joseph is the cutest uncle. In the least gay way possible.
I have pictures of my nieces and nephews on my desk up here at school. They're pretty great. I love them.
We don't care about your sisters at all.
I love my sisters. Like they're great people.
They
I don't
did
know.
the hard part. They got them out.
Yeah. But I think that's definitely made quite a difference. Mostly because now my sister lives like across the ravine from my parents' house. So like whenever I'm home, I get to see pretty much them. And like my other sister works at the farm. Like she doesn't live as close, but like I still see them quite a bit when I am home.
Yeah.
So like in that, like I've just seen them more often because like when I was like starting to get older, like okay, I was in 5th grade when my sisters went to college. So like I wasn't my own person then. You know, I was still like a child. So now that I've like kind of grown into being an actual like person. And like having like my own opinions,
having a personality.
Yeah, exactly. like that part of growing, like when I was growing up with that, like I rarely saw them. Like they didn't go to school too far away, but far enough that they weren't home every weekend. Yeah. And so like,
do you think? I mean, Dan was talking about earlier. Do you think like you were competitive with your siblings, like in like a sense to like not to like be better than them or like beat that bar? Because I definitely find, like he was talking, I definitely was thinking about how I try to set the bar as high as I possibly can.
Like with your brother?
Just for like my own sake. Like as high as I possibly can push it.
No, I don't think I was super competitive with them. Like, I mean, like, not like in school or like anything like that. Just because like, I don't know, like they played softball and tennis and volleyball.
So you signed up for volleyball.
But like it's like I didn't play like the same sports as them, so it couldn't be like, hi, I'm like doing this well and like.
I guess besides academics, it's kind of a gender thing.
Yeah, like
What about you?
See, the thing is, since I was the firstborn and I was like the first to do everything, I don't feel like the need to compete at all, and I didn't feel the need to like set a bar because I was already doing what I'm doing, you know.
Yeah.
Inadvertently, I set the bar at a certain level. My brother had to deal with that.
Right.
But I'm never trying to like, you know, I'm just doing what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like most of my motivation is like self-motivated, which at this point is kind of depressing. But like initially,
I think we're all feeling the same.
Yeah, like it's the push to finals at this point.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of my motivation is all internal, and like that just kind of like became like a subsidiary of it. Like that's something that like I wasn't like mainly focused on like making my brother feel as much shit, like as little shit as possible, but it's like I wanted to be as like successful as I possibly could be. So like I'd push as hard as I could, and then like he just had to deal with what the consequences of it, I guess.
Yeah,
I feel that. I will say, with my older two sisters, inadvertently setting the bar like low, and I'm not saying like they're shitty people, but whatever. But
You just said that because they're listening.
Yeah.
And boy, oh boy, did they set it.
It's actually funny. Like my senior year of high school, like I had a girlfriend, so I'd like hang out at her house. And, we'd like watch movies or whatever. And I'd like come home like on the dot, like just barely, just cutting it super close
just
for
before the
curfew.
lights went out.
And like there'd be times like I'd hang out with like my friends or whatever, and like I'd stay too late because my friends were assholes and they'd block me in at my other friend's house. Like, this actually happened, and I was like yelling at my friends to move their car.
That's fucking awful.
Yeah, they sucked. My friends are horrible. I hope they're listening too. Fuck you, Patrick. I'm still bitter about that. Like I came home and like a half an hour late, and my mom was up, and she was just giving it to me. I was so worried, and like, granted, that was a horrible. I should have come home earlier. I should have texted my parents, like, "Hey, my friends are blocking me in." And like my
friend, you were just filled with rage.
Yeah.
Sure, they were blocking you in.
Yeah. The shit.
Is that what kids say when they're doing drugs? You still got a needle on your arm.
Oh, jeez. And I was like, yeah, I'm sorry. Like, it won't happen again. Blah blah blah. And it did happen again, and my parents were still up and like whatever. And but my sister was there. And I was like, hey, sorry, I'm late. And they're like, okay. And my sister's, like, jaw hit the floor, like, what? You're okay with that? Like, you guys, like, I would have been chewed out. I would have lost the car for a week. Yeah. Like, what? And they're like, meh, he's a good
kid. I feel like it gets more lax as, like, the
my sisters have complained so much about that. They're like, well, you used to enforce our curfew, but Dayton doesn't even have a curfew. And I'm just like, yeah, like sucks.
I'm a responsible human being.
Well, I mean, they were very responsible too, and honestly, in more like ways than one, they're probably more responsible than me.
Really?
But it's like my parents were just like, yeah, it's gonna be okay.
I remember.
And like
that's exactly what my parents are. They're like, he'll figure it out.
They've just kind of realized over the years that like my mom's like, okay, text me when you get there, or whatever. I very rarely text too. And she texts me like the next day and she's like, hey, did you get there? And I was like, oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to text you back.
I feel like that I think it's the thing of parents getting older. My mom and dad have been a lot more lax on it in college. Yeah. But like in high school.
Well, it's also because you're like becoming a fucking adult.
No, even in like middle school.
Yeah. I feel like
early high school.
I don't know, in high school I had a lot of freedom though. Like even as the oldest.
Oh, I had a ton of freedom, yeah.
But I do remember one moment when I was begging for a phone. It was a slidey phone. They were really cool at the time. I really wanted a phone, and I finally got one after 5th grade. Because, like, in my district, 6th grade was middle school. Mm-hmm. And, like, 5th grade was still elementary. It was weird.
Yeah. That's how mine was.
Oh, okay. So I got a phone after 5th grade. And then, like, the next year, my brothers are in 3rd grade, and they get a fucking phone, and I was so upset. Like, I asked since like 3rd grade for a phone, and
why do you need a phone in 3rd grade?
No, you absolutely don't. But I was in 3rd grade.
The cool kids had them.
Yeah, all the cool kids had phones.
I think I got a phone in like 8th grade.
I got mine in 7th.
7th or 8th grade.
End of 5th, so going into 5th.
We could talk about a different time, but I feel like you can't talk about siblings without talking about parents.
Oh yeah.
But I think that's probably a can of worms for another day.
I have one thing about parents.
Yeah.
My mom told me, and looking back on
Fuck you, Mom.
No. That I think really impacted, like looking back, like I can see what the point she was making, is that anytime she threatened us with like a punishment, she would carry it out.
Oh yeah, if you don't go through with it, then your kids see right through it and they're like, oh, I don't get
yeah, like anytime she's like, if you don't behave, I will spank you, and I continue to misbehave, they would spank me. It was like, okay, that's what happens when I push the line.
I'm gonna put you across the county line.
Yeah. Whereas like when you say like stuff like that, or like if you don't behave, we're gonna like leave you home for a week while we go do something. It's like,
Sing
you're gonna leave me home, really, Mom? Like, they
You gotta
never
be very realistic in your
exactly,
punishments.
and they never did that. And I think in that respect, like I always respected what they were gonna say because of they always followed through. And I didn't always want to follow through.
Follow through their slaps to your ass.
Yeah.
All right, well let's switch gears a little bit to a very different topic.
Drinking.
Dayton, you posed the question. Why don't you say it to the audience here?
All right. So, what would you sell your soul to the devil for?
Now we need clarification.
Yep.
What does selling your soul to the devil
So,
entail?
when you sell your soul to the devil,
Because you've done it before.
No, I haven't, because that's why I'm asking this question.
Because he hasn't gotten his reward yet.
Yeah.
Devil's bitch.
When you sell your soul to the devil, it's a bit like what happens in the movie Ghost Rider with Nick Cage.
Dude, fantastic movie.
Okay, I have not seen it.
As a kid, it was the best movie ever.
So-
anyway.
So basically, like what happens is, you get something that like you really want, but then there's a severe like negative consequence, being that the devil literally owns you now. You have to do whatever the devil wants you to do. So you're completely at his will, but you have that thing that you really want.
Mm-hmm.
What would it be for you, since you're posing the question?
See, I
need time to think
I can't
about
think of
this.
anything worth it.
see in the movie Ghost Rider.
It was like he bring
He
back
saved his dad.
Yeah,
was it his dad?
yeah,
but
it was
then he,
either
like,
his dad or his brother.
Well, his dad was like getting cancer or something, and then he fixed him, and then like the devil fucked him by like he got in an accident or something. He was like a stunt. He was a stunt
yeah,
motorcyclist,
yeah.
and he died in an accident. The devil caused it. Like that was like the trick.
Then again, Ghost Rider is badass as fuck, so it was worth it.
Well,
He hated being Ghost Rider.
Yeah,
That's
but
the
he
whole
looked
point of the
cool.
movie.
But he looked cool doing it.
Okay, but like the Ghost Rider thing was like the punishment, wasn't it? In Ghost Rider,
Yeah.
with the fact that like he turned into that. Like,
Yeah, like he had to
Yeah.
do
He's
the
like
devil's will.
Yeah.
See, being Ghost Rider is like smoking cigarettes. It's gonna kill you, but it looks cool,
This
Yeah,
is brought
just smoking cigarettes.
Especially when
This
you get to
podcast
ride
brought
that
to you by
hog
Camel.
Because here's my thing, and this is maybe like a too like goody two shoes way of thinking about it. But like if I sell my soul to the devil, I'm not going to heaven ever. And if I think it's heaven and I die, fuck that shit.
Dude, Jacob, I'd sell my soul to the devil for a fucking granola bar.
No, you would not. I'll tell you that right now. No, you
maybe
wouldn't.
it was a good ass granola
I
bar.
was gonna say.
That'd be a damn good granola bar.
The best granola bar you can ever imagine. Just mouth watering.
I feel like the best granola bar I could ever imagine is still like
Not worth it.
mid tier.
Yeah.
Like a granola, like the best granola bar
think
is still
Sunbelt.
just a granola bar.
All right, I've come up with my idea.
Okay. Alright.
So I would sell my soul to the devil if it gave me a power or an ability that could outsmart the devil.
He would never do that.
He wouldn't grant that.
No, yeah, I
That's
know.
literally that's the equivalent of a robot building a robot that's like smarter than itself.
Yeah, I would do
It's
that.
not possible.
No.
Actually, no, it is possible.
It's very possible.
But like I'm saying, it's very unlikely because like
No, it'd
robots aren't sentient, whereas the devil, he's been portrayed as
Because
being.
here's the thing: is how could
Right.
the devil comprehend something that's more?
But
powerful?
that's the thing. You'd have to be really tricky. Like, I'm not saying I know the exact idea, but it'd have to be like a very tricky like thing. Like that would at the surface just seem like, okay, that's fucking weird. And then when it comes to like him, like, oh, I'm gonna fuck you over now. Like in that with the song in Guitar Hero. Or
Oh
like,
yeah,
play the
Devil
fiddle.
Down to Georgia.
Yeah, like he can like
From
what if I'm like, I
Guitar
want to be a
Hero.
fantastic fiddler. Like it wouldn't be worth selling my soul because it's like that's the only.
He was already a
thing
good
I got.
fiddler before.
Right, I know,
that.
but I'm just saying.
He won the golden fiddle.
Yeah,
for
I'm just
being
saying.
the
Here's
devil.
what I think might be a decent approach to this: is to think about things that would be really cool to have,
Right.
Things you might want, but then
And then
think,
you can
and then think
challenge
about,
him.
No, but then you think
Yeah.
about, is it worth it? Right? So I got two that came off the top of my head. Now, when people talk about like, what superpower do you want? Teleportation, obviously, is the best answer. It saves you so much goddamn time.
Until you teleport into a fucking wall and die.
That's not no.
That's
alright?
not possible in your
It's like
reality.
Jumper, all right? You can only teleport to places you've been and things you've seen.
That sounds awful.
Whatever.
And what's the point?
Even in pictures.
Yeah, so like, have you seen Jumper?
No.
Probably
No.
not.
Okay, well, he's a guy who can teleport, and so
Okay.
it starts out where like he can only teleport to things he can like physically see, but then he can also he has like a picture of something, He can teleport the thing in that picture. Like he has like a picture like the Sphinx.
Okay, but like how with like things you can see. Okay,
But I think it's also places you've been. It's both.
okay,
It's
but
like an expensive way to teleport anyway. You have to spend the money to go there.
no. Think about this.
Teleport
Okay,
back.
That's like
You literally teleport instantaneously in a straight line. You can move faster than the speed of light.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
But like, think about it. By moving that way, you don't have to see the thing in front of you.
I don't want to talk about the physics of teleportation.
I'm
I'm saying
saying
well, it's still just fast.
if I could teleport to campus in half a second, I could get up way later and make my life a lot
I'm just
easier.
saying-
wow, what a lazy piece of shit.
That's the only reason he would tell us. So
If I could
that-
teleport
just
home
sleep
for
a little bit
Thanksgiving
longer.
instead of driving 6 hours.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Same-
6 hours.
If I could
Man,
teleport,
you poor thing.
if I could teleport back to New Zealand instead of flying 13 hours and paying $2,000, yeah, I'd fucking do that. All right. But here's the thing: is it worth selling my soul to the devil for? No, not worth it.
What if he just did run fast and get around in water?
Like be the Flash.
Yeah, just basically like
Cool, but also not worth it.
how you get a bunch of cool other things.
Here's my second thing that would
Running
be
fast.
interesting to me personally. I don't know about you guys. Sometimes I find having to keep feeding yourself and eating food is just a pain in the ass. And being hungry,
You save so much money.
being hungry sucks. If I could just be like, hey, I don't have to eat ever again. I can if I want to, so I still taste things that are really good.
You still have to poop.
I feel like you would
Only if
poop-
I eat things. But if I don't eat, then I don't have to. But I'm always nourished. You know what I mean? Like my body is always
Honestly,
So you just photosynthesize them
yeah, essentially.
I feel
off
like
the devil's magic.
Yeah, I use dark magic to power myself.
Nice.
I
Something
feel
like
like
that.
you'd be like
Duh.
that character
Obviously.
in God of War where he gets sick of it.
Oh, that won't be immortal.
No, I know, but I'm saying like you would be like, oh, I don't need to eat, but it would start to drive you crazy.
But I
after a
can
while.
eat if I want to.
I know.
It's not like everything I eat turns to
I know,
dust.
I understand that, but I'm saying like it would be like, oh, I miss eating, and then you would
But I
just eat
can't
like a
eat-
normal person anyways.
But you can still eat.
But I'm really bad about eating, man. Like breakfast is the worst meal for me. I hate
always-
doing breakfast.
Here's the most
Breakfast, I
important
If I
meal
could
of the
just
day.
wake
No,
up
it's not.
already nourished and satiated, that'd be fucking fantastic. Is that worth selling my soul devil for? Maybe. That's a maybe. I'm not convinced myself yet, but that is up there.
Also, how long is our soul sold? Is this like
Dude,
Immortally.
for our
Immortally.
life?
Alright.
Yeah.
No,
Or does this go after death?
it goes after death.
Yeah,
for
dude.
sure.
It's like for
Forever.
eternity.
It's not like if I get a good ass granola bar, it's only a good ass granola bar's worth of time.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
no,
not.
what if you
Because
that's
did-
the thing about selling soul devil. Like you are fucked for the rest of eternity, and that's the thing that I don't want
Here's
to
what
deal
you
with.
do. You do time travel. You get it. You teleport. Oh fuck, there's a paradox in there.
Yeah,
Fuck. I don't know. I'm out of
because then
ideas.
you would lose the power once you're back in time.
Yeah, and then I
There's
feel like
two of you, and then
Yeah.
the whole thing,
And then I feel like the devil
and
would be
then-
like, go back in time and kill JFK. Like, fuck, that was me this whole time? Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, because if it wasn't for eternity, I
It
could
makes
maybe
sense when you think
consider
about
it.
Yeah, wow.
But the fact that you're the devil's slave for eternity, it's like fuck
It's
that
almost
shit,
not
man.
worth it.
It's not worth it. Nothing's worth it.
I would do it for never having to sleep anymore.
Just use cocaine.
Dude, you think that, but you get fucking lonely in the middle of the night.
Do you know
Have
how much
you-
more productive I could be?
What? You can't. You don't have infinite
Are you
things
saying
to
you
do.
want to be tired?
You don't have
Or are you
24
still
hours.
be tired?
Yeah, no, you wouldn't be tired.
But Dayton, you
okay.
you don't have 24 hours of things to do every single day. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you've watched Full Metal
Okay,
Alchemist.
but could you sleep if you wanted
yeah,
to?
a long time ago.
Okay,
Could you sleep if you wanted?
hold on. It's time for Jacob's Anime Corner, alright?
Oh,
God.
There's a show called...
Alright, that's it for
Evil
tonight,
alert.
guys. See you next week.
There's a show called Full Metal Alchemist. In the show, there's these two brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Joseph, there's two brothers. Alright? Two brothers. Anyway, they do a thing that goes bad. One of the brothers just loses his arm and his leg. Whatever, replaced with metal shit, you're all good to go. His other brother loses his entire body. So he now lives in a suit of armor. Okay? So his brother is in a suit of armor. Like his soul is, right?
Mhm.
He can't sleep. He's always awake. And it fucking sucks. He has to, like, his friends all go to sleep. He has to sit there all night and just think about shit. Alright? You'd get so fucking lonely eventually.
Do you have any idea what I like?
Dude, you
I
could
wanna
be done with the work week so quickly.
I'm just thinking of
I
like
want
homework.
to be productive like all the time.
But what do you have to do 24/7?
Do you know how many hobbies I have, Jacob? Do you know how many hobbies I have neglected over the years
You
because I'm
can't
not
go-
having enough time?
You can't do anything outdoors at night.
Yeah, you can. Are you kidding me?
You can't. Okay.
You can do anything outdoors at night that you can do during the daytime, with the exception of like staring into the sun.
But if you do like mountain biking or skiing at night,
Yeah, you just throw a headlamp on.
There's night skiing.
There's night biking too. Ask Josh.
at fucking 4 a.m.
Yeah.
They oh my god. I don't know, man. I think you're not thinking this through enough.
I'm thinking.
I mean,
more than you.
I'm
are.
just thinking.
Also, if you live
Also not.
no, hold on. If you live like in a bigger city, like what is it?
the
New
Big
York-
Apple don't sleep.
Yeah,
man.
New
Okay,
York
hold on.
is a city that never sleeps. Like there's always shit to do.
Hold on. What about the benefits of sleep? Do you not get those anymore?
No. You get all the benefits of sleeping. You feel like when you're fully rested all the time. You never feel sleepy.
Honestly, I'm just thinking like you can say, "Oh, I'm gonna do my homework after everyone goes to sleep." You fuck around all day, and then you get all your shit done at night because you have nothing else to do.
Yeah, but how much longer
it
are you gonna
literally
have?
lengthens your life
Yeah.
by 33%.
That's true.
Sleeping.
Not sleeping.
Not sleeping shortens your life.
Oh,
Yeah,
Air quotes by 33%. You still live for
you
that long
waste 33. You waste a third of your life
by
by
sleeping.
sleeping 8 hours a day.
oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So
Could you sleep if you wanted to?
sure, but why the fuck would you want to sleep?
I don't know. I feel like we're just forgetting something that makes there's a downside to this. Because one of the sleep is obviously your body heals while you're sleeping. So does your body just heal at the same rate it would heal if you were sleeping?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
That's not the part
He'd
we're arguing.
write up the paper for the.
I feel like his mental state would deteriorate a lot faster though.
What? You think that my mental state's deteriorating right now?
No, I mean if you never slept, I think your mental state would deteriorate. Because I feel like sleep is important to kind of resetting your mind and after a long day.
But
it's like, I
say he
can't do
doesn't.
anything.
But now he has devil's magic. He doesn't need that. You know, like.
And also sleeping feels really good.
You know what else feels really good? Having an extra 8 hours of your day to do shit that you want to do.
And then not feeling like shit the next day because you didn't sleep.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm on Team Dayton. I'm not gonna lie.
I appreciate it.
Personally, I love sleep so much I could never give it up.
Yeah, we know.
Well, you're not giving it up because
You still feel the
See,
benefits.
the reason that you like sleeping right now is because you get to go to bed at the end of the night when you're tired as fuck, and you get to sleep, forget about all your worldly shit, and then you get to wake up
and feel rested.
Yeah.
But
imagine
if I never sleep, I don't get to forget about worldly shit. I always have things in my mind, and I feel like I would just wore myself out, mentally.
I don't know. I don't have a problem really forgetting about shit.
I feel like you'd be able to spend some of that time to reset your mind though.
Yeah.
I feel like you
can
Oh,
still,
meditation.
Yeah, you can still meditate.
Yeah.
Think about it. You can meditate for 2 hours and you'd be like,
Oh, you'd be way better than sleeping for 8.
yeah.
Oh, easily.
Like, you know that moment where like you wake up and you forget about everything and then you're like, oh shit, I have 7 things to do, and then you like hate your life?
That's what reminders are for.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, you know that moment when you wake up and you don't remember anything from the previous day and then like all of a sudden it hits you?
Yeah.
Like, that would never be a thing. Because you could just like reset your mind. You're like, alright, now let's keep going.
This wouldn't be a problem for you. A problem for me is I'd procrastinate heavily if I never slept.
Yeah.
Because at least the deadline for me is going to sleep for the day. If I get shit done that day, I'm like, oh, let's do it at 3 a.m. And I'm like, oh, let's do it at 5 a.m. And I never fucking do it.
Because to me, that'd be such an incentive to do it earlier. So I can stack all that free time into one slot and just be like, dude,
I can do whatever. I can cause so much chaos now.
I have 12 hours to do whatever I want to do.
Yeah. I just feel like you wear out, man. This is my opinion. I feel like it would distance you from your friends
You got the devil's
and
magic,
your partner. I feel like it would create a rift.
Alright.
Nah, dude,
Clearly
my
nobody
partner
is gonna
wouldn't-
win in this conversation.
My partner would not know about me not sleeping.
Bullshit.
I'd go to bed. I'd go to bed and I'd just be like, oh yeah.
Why wouldn't you tell them? Why wouldn't you tell them?
That'd weird people out. I mean, would you marry someone that sold their soul to the devil? No!
Yeah, that's a lot of baggage, man.
Do you think that gets passed down to children?
Probably not.
No.
No.
I don't think so.
But yeah, I just pretend like I was actually sleeping and have 8 hours to myself.
8 hours, some goddamn
Goddamn quiet.
Joseph, do you think of anything? I can't remember if you said anything or not.
I did not say anything, and I cannot think of anything. I do like date and sleep idea.
Yeah.
I'm warming up to that.
I feel like I really hit the jackpot.
I feel
on that
like
answer.
I don't know. I feel like time travel is pretty good.
No, time
Because
travel.
think of like if you're
Time
like
travel's too messy.
no.
Yeah, I
Okay,
agree.
yeah, but if you could like devil's magic again, just forget about it. And let's say you could go forward.
What if you
take
could
an exam.
observe?
No.
Yeah, I
I'm
agree.
saying you could take an exam, be like, oh fuck, I failed. Go back in time. You know what happened. Write it back down. Like write it down and like fucking ace it every time.
If you sell your soul devil, you don't have to worry about fucking exams anymore. You're immortal, essentially.
You're not
Fuck that
immortal.
shit.
No, you still die.
You'll still, yeah, but
but
like,
then you're just in hell with the devil.
but they'll probably send you off to do errands and shit.
Yeah, but
That's okay.
But like, I think it'd be a cool power to be able to observe.
You gotta get groceries
Yeah,
for the
like-
devil.
No, think about this. If you had the power to
He's
observe
getting
any,
jalapenos again.
to observe any place and time ever, that's already happened.
I think
That's
that
what
would
I'm
be
saying.
cool.
That'd be fantastic.
No, you can't go there. Just observe it. You can't change anything.
Oh no.
It'd be like watching a movie, but it's like,
Like Netflix, but
it's like in
actually
Harry
true.
Potter when he goes into the.
the memories thing.
Yeah.
It's like that,
Like,
except
if
it
I
doesn't
could-
have to be.
That'd be
a
down.
speci-
That'd be some cool.
doesn't have
shit.
to be
If I
specific
could do
memories.
it to go forward as well, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Like being able to go forward, like check out the future of humanity,
See,
be like, oh
I
shit,
feel
let's
like-
go back.
But no,
I
but
feel like
you,
that would
you try to
distance
change
your-
it.
I feel like that would distance you from everyone else more than not sleeping.
Because
I
all
agree.
day you're just looking at shit.
Yeah.
All day you're either looking at shit or you've already looked at that shit and you're like, oh, whatever.
doesn't
I
matter.
already
Dude,
know
you
what
would
that-
win
I already know
I-
what
so many bets.
I want to can't.
Yeah.
You can't do it like in the future. I'm saying you can't look
You'd
in
be
the future.
so rich.
Because if you look in the future and try to change it and then it just never works.
Every
then
bet
so
you
is-
Okay,
win.
okay. If you can look into the past, though, I feel like someone who's very like either self-conscious or just can't let things go will constantly be looking into
Focus
the
on
past
themselves.
and just being like, "Oh my gosh, look at this mistake that I just made. Oh my gosh, I can't."
But you're already in
get
the
this out of
present
my
and know how it doesn't matter anymore. I'd be more curious about history stuff, like who did kill JFK?
Yeah.
What was it really like in like Bible times? You know, like that
Okay,
kind of
except
shit.
how long do you think you keep yourself busy with that?
Well, there's
Oh,
like,
really
time.
fucking long
well,
time.
let's see. The Earth's been around for 4 billion
If I could
years.
go back and just see
It's a lot
dinosaurs.
of time to see.
I'm sure a lot of that
Think of
time
that.
it was boring as shit.
Dude,
Yeah.
you can fast
Imagine-
forward.
Imagine
You don't have to watch
Susie Q from 1950 just doing jack shit, listen to the radio. You don't want to watch her.
No,
like,
but imagine going and like back and like seeing the dinosaurs and like, oh, that's a fucking huge mosquito. It is the size of my car. You're like, all right, let's fast forward, and then you go see like humans for the first.
You could watch
time.
like every celebrity ever grow up.
I don't care about that. at all.
I give no fucks.
I think that'd be pretty.
I'm
cool.
talking like history.
You could.
You watch like any concert you want ever.
Okay, that would be really fucking
Like
cool.
you can do fucking anything that's
That
ever
would be-
happened.
it's like if you missed a concert that's like
Yeah, I
somewhere else in
guess.
the country, you just like go back, fucking watch
And
it,
you're just
just
watching
sitting
it.
there enjoying it, go back. Like,
See,
that'd be awesome.
seeing like 70s rock like in their prime.
Even like a concert
Yeah.
you missed like last week. You
Yeah.
could just go
See,
back. and
I'd
check
be
it out.
I'd be more interested in being able to observe it, but not use any time to observe it. So like
Oh
you
yeah.
observe it and like you have all like
Like
that
Magic
memory.
Treehouse. Like time
Honestly,
stops.
Yeah.
But then
Honestly,
you
in
go
my
do your
mind, that's
shit.
how it worked.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like a mental thing.
Well,
Like,
but then you
had
can just get
all-
infinite knowledge immediately.
You could literally live forever. Well, in
No, you-
my mind. Like you would be able to experience things for as long as you wanted.
See, that's dangerous, man.
Yeah,
That's
it
fucking
is.
Dangerous
But
as
if you're
shit.
like 90 and you're like, I have nothing else to do, better check this shit out, and then I'll just fucking kill myself when like you're done. You know,
Yeah.
like all right, I'm bored.
Yeah.
I have nothing else to do. I've experienced literally the history of the universe. I know
You'd be
everything
the
works.
best history teacher.
You would
ever.
also,
you
yeah.
really would, yeah.
yeah, fantastic.
What are your qualifications? I can see the fucking past. Give me a job.
And think of all the weird shit that like you could go back and like observe like some really like top secret government shit. Like you wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to tell them anything because like they'd probably like fuck you up. But like you could like see all like the secret things and like all the conspiracies.
All the conspiracy
you
theories
get
things.
completely busted or like
But the
being able
thing
to
is-
understand them.
I feel like you would go crazy because you wouldn't be able to tell anyone.
Oh yeah, nobody
Yeah.
believes
You know,
can't share with anybody.
You can't.
Alright.
There's no way you can prove it.
New
There's
deal
no
with
way
the devil. Me and Joseph can go back in time anytime we want. So
Well,
I have someone to talk to.
You might be able to prove it by being like something like just Dayton doesn't believe it. Okay, well in 8th grade you did this on this day, and
Yeah, that's
like, you
true.
would know things about Dayton. That
Oh, that's
nobody else
true.
does.
That's very true. That like no one else would know.
Yeah,
Like Dayton pissed in a sink at this place at this time.
well, we all know about that.
We all know.
We were there.
At least for most of them.
I'd do it again too.
Yeah, well, I know you
did
would.
do it again.
What?
What? No. But yeah, like honestly though, like all this stuff sounds really fucking cool. But man, eternity as
Yeah.
a devil's slave.
But like,
Yeah,
no
but you
way,
can't
dude.
you can't fathom eternity, so meh.
exactly. And like, I
But
feel
like
like
also-
the devil is
It
supposed to
just
get
becomes
bored.
another day.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: if the devil exists, does that imply that God exists?
I don't know.
In
That
this
wasn't
scenario,
I'm just saying. Okay, here's what I'm saying. If
I
you're doing
wasn't
the
looking
time
that
thing,
far. Yeah.
if you're doing the time thing, right, and he's like, "Go get me fucking eggs at Walmart," you're like, "All right, that's what I have to do for eternity." You just live in your head and experience everything. 'Cause time freezes. Go back and just enjoy things and take your sweet ass time, and then you just enjoy.
but eventually you have to wake up and go get those fucking.
Yeah, I guess eventually you run out of shit.
Dude, he wouldn't have you getting eggs. He's got his own red-colored, fire-breathing chickens down there that lay some eggs that are
Red
like
color.
spicy.
Spicy eggs.
Yeah.
Everything's spicy down there.
Yeah.
It's part of the hell.
Spice World.
Yeah. It's overspiced though.
Imagine if flames weren't actually hot, but they just like tasted really spicy.
And there's no water. Your mouth is just constantly on fire. It's not like you're burning. Your just mouth is on fire.
Does that mean like blue flames are even spicier and like white flames or like different flavors?
It's like you ate hot wings, but there is no milk
It's like yeah. So like
for the rest of your life.
so like white flames, right?
So you're just like sweating.
Those
Yeah.
those are just incredibly spicy.
Yeah.
Like
like-
a ghost pepper.
I feel like after a while you'd go so
Because
numb
they're
to
white.
it.
Badoom.
Hey.
Got him. All right, well, that's our show, I guess.
That went.
And
off
that's
the
the way the news goes.
Thank y'all for listening. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at EWF Podcast. We gotta post that picture of Dayton just exploding.
I'm
his
kind
beard.
of disappointed. By the time the camera got open, like most of the foam was on the floor.
Okay.
So
But you can still see the panic
you
in
can
his
still
eyes.
see like the that
Yeah.
oh fuck. So
We have our most 2 recent episodes on SoundCloud, and we have all of our episodes up on ewfpodcast.libsyn.com. Thanks for listening, and goodbye.
see you next
Bye.
week.